So imagine you have to go for a meal or a party and you don't really want to be there, but you have to go there. And you're there over there, you're standing around, and then suddenly like a guy comes with, the appetizer. It's a seekh kebab, and you try a bit of it. It doesn't look really great, but then when you taste it, when you bite into it, it's like really nice, You're like, hey, this is actually pretty good. Then you try some of the other appetizers, like the sesame toast, the paneer tikka, the galauti kebabs, and the tandoori chicken. And you're really happy because the appetizers are, though they're not great looking, they're really nice. Like eating a lot of appetizers, then you're like, no, wait, I should save some space for the main course, because if the appetizers are so good, the main course might be, good. Keep in mind, it's not exactly a buffet, so you don't really know what's gonna come. But then when the main course comes, it's like biryani, mutton rogan josh, and some Amritsari naan, butter chicken, some dal makhani, and other stuff that vegetarian people have, like leaves. Because the appetizers were like really nice, you take a lot of food on your plate and you start eating it, and you realize that, okay, it's not bad, but it's not as good as the appetizer. So you feel a little let down. Then you realize you've taken way too much on your plate. Since you don't like wasting food, you have to finish what's on your plate. So you're eating it, and so the last half of the plate you're helping, you really don't enjoy. By the end of that, you're like feeling kind of bloated, you don't feel great. And then, okay, now it's time for the sweet dish. You're not really looking forward to it because you're like kind of regretting the fact that you had too much main course. You wish you had more appetizer. So the sweet dish comes, and it's like some kulfi which gives you a brain freeze, and it's not very sweet, but the gulab jamun is like super sweet, and the kheer is just So you're sitting there, it's time to go home, but you don't really feel like moving because you're not feeling great. But then suddenly you feel this gas in your stomach. There's no one around, and you could like really let a big one out. You're looking forward to that, and then you think that, okay, maybe after that I'll feel slightly better. But then it's like there, it's, the burp is just stuck over there. You think it's gonna come, but then it goes back inside, and then suddenly your stomach starts aching. Not like really badly in the sense that you would go run to the bathroom and puke and poop or whatever, but you just don't feel good at all. And you go home, you have a Hajmola, you're not feeling good, and you go to sleep, and that's the end of your night. So all that was basically how I felt like while watching Daawat-e-Ishq. I enjoyed the first half. The story built up really well. Lucknow and Hyderabad were looking really great. It was fairly light. It had some nice moments. In the second half, it got kind of draggy, it got boring, and very, very, very predictable. I guess that was my main issue with the movie. I paid 130 rupees for this movie. 30 rupees would probably go for the plot and the fact that they're talking about a social message in a very light way. They're talking about dowry. Some things are really funny, like the bargaining over the dowry price, and in the background you got like 70% off sale poster being put up. So that kind of stuff, it was fairly well done. And 20 rupees for the locations. I think Lucknow and Hyderabad were looking really nice and interesting, except for the fact that they started reusing the same locations. I think 2 songs were shot in the same ruin type thing, and so that way it got a bit repetitive and boring towards the end of it. Another 20 rupees for the food. The food looked great, and it's actually pretty appetizing. Maybe another 20 rupees for the performances. They weren't bad, but they weren't great. So my main issue with the movie was that it was very predictable by the end of it, and it became a Yash Raj film. It's not very long, so you can actually watch it once, or if you want to try your luck with Khoobsurat, if you can tolerate Sonam Kapur for that long. So like the video and share the video, and leave a comment below telling me what you think about this review and the movie if you end up watching it. Subscribe to Ugly Child Productions and follow us on Facebook and Twitter so that you don't miss the next 10 ka 20 movie review. I shall see you next Friday.